Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button just right down there. Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Track Life Radio, also that iHeartRadio app. Also, today marks the day we are now in collaboration with Heavy Rotation, the only Filipino hip-hop and R&B radio station out there based in San Diego, man. Right now, my next guest is not Filipino, and he's not from San Diego, but he will be in San Diego in a couple hours. The way I would describe his sound, it's very dark, but, you know, a lot of people like the dark stuff nowadays. He goes by the name of Gold Mysterio. What's poppin', man?
That's good, dog.
I'm loving the hair.
Thank you.
I'm loving the hair.
We do like different things, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do.
I think the dark music nowadays is really, it can really tap into people because we all go through like these little dark times in our lives.
Yeah, it'd be like for me, like, to be transparent or whatever. Like, that was one of my biggest things. Like,
that's good.
Like, you ain't transparent. So, like, when you making music or whatever, you just say how everybody else feeling. Because a lot of people always feel like that, and they won't say it. Yeah. So, it's like, I guess you need somebody to be a mediator or something like that. Be like, okay, cool, like, this is how we feeling. So they gravitate towards it. You did. Well,
these are all things that we considered to be very taboo not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Maybe about 5, even closer to 10 years ago. Like, no one was talking about their depressions. Then Cudi came along. Yeah. And just opened up that door for everybody.
Yeah. Like, I think, like, when did it start? Like, who was doing that? Like, Cudi, maybe?
It was really, I mean, Cudi.
Like,
yeah.
Cudi or, like, some Kanye shit. Like that, but let's say, yeah, like, well, yeah, he did, yeah, but like a lot of, but yeah, like a lot of Cudi stuff, and yeah, like making it like transparent. It's like, damn, nobody doing that.
Yeah, no one does that.
So,
and you know, I speak with a lot of artists nowadays where they make songs as if it's the mid-2000s.
Oh,
do you get what I'm saying? Like, back then, it was cool to make like a Ja Rule Ashanti song that was very generalized because everyone could gravitate towards it. Yeah. But if you're still making that type of music, it's like, bro, we're almost 20 years past that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This door of transparency is wide open for everybody. And still, to this day, not a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, I think with the mid-2000 thing, like, I think the only thing that changed was the drums and the production. Like, they changed it. Like, it changed the production and the drums, and it's like, then they started doing this whole thing, you know, kind of around with it. So
I feel you, man. So, Gold Mysterio, I'm assuming that's not the name that's on your birth certificate.
Nah. That's funny. The Malachi Roberts is my name.
Malachi?
Malachi Roberts, yeah.
Oh, my God. Where is it? Oh, no. I'm thinking of a movie where it was like a dude.
Children of the Corn had a dude named Malachi.
Malachi?
Yeah, it was like a little child. Yeah.
Oh, is that where your name is inspired from?
No. I don't name myself.
I don't know. No, but I'm saying
how did that inspire you?
Like, no. Like, my parents got my name from a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah, but you didn't name yourself, though. Like,
no, exactly. Okay, let me rephrase. Did your parents name you because of Children of the Corn?
Who else named you?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Like I was born and the doctor was like, that's a Malachi right there.
He was just born, found in a barn. We picked him up.
A religious name.
Yeah. So, I'm actually adopted. And,
oh, really?
Yeah. So
so my bad about the barn thing. I was just...
No, it's all good. I only met my birth mama like one time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I ain't no family or nothing like that. But now, she Muslim and whatever, and I guess all my other brothers and siblings and sisters and whatever, they got like biblical names and stuff. Like, I got a brother named Jesus. I never met him, but his name's Jesus. So.
That's your blood brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The other ones, but they all just got biblical names and stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as far as the Gold Mysterio thing, the whole story behind that was my original rap name was MTR, which is my birth initials, Malachi Terrell Roberts. And I was like, that shit whack. Like, I said it one day, that's whack. So then I changed it to Gold the Rapper. And I don't know where I do know where I got the gold from. I used to run track in high school, and I ran with a pair of gold track shoes. And they they'll make a joke like that gold dude, that gold nigga, or whatever. And so I just ran with the gold thing. Now gold Mysterio, swear to God, kid you not. I had moved back home after dropping out of college with my parents, and they left, and I was sitting on the front porch smoking a cigarette. And as a joke, I said, "Gold Mysterio," and I laughed. I was like, "Hey, Gold Mysterio." Then I kept saying it over and over in my head. I was like, "That's kind of catchy."
Yeah.
Gold Mysterio. Then what I be rapping about, I was like, "That's mysterious."
So it kind of just came to you at that point.
Yeah, it came to me. It wasn't no inspiration behind it. It was just like Gold Mysterio, and then I ran with it. So that's where that came from.
I mean, hey, it came to fruition. It came naturally.
Yeah,
that's all that matters, man. So you've been running with Gold Mysterio since what year? How long have you been rapping for?
I've been rapping since 20. My first time being in the studio was 2015. Yeah, it was my first time being in the studio. And Gold Mysterio came in like 2016, like late 2016, when I switched everything up and like rebranded or whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that's what's up, man. Yeah. And so what made you want to start rapping?
I wanted to start rapping like, cause we used to like when I was in high school, we used to have freestyle battles. I was nervous. I knew I was good because I used to be at the house just like, because I always had a love for hip hop. I used to be at the house just like writing these rhymes and shit, but I was too nervous when they was doing the freestyle battles at school and shit. And I remember like one moment I can literally tell you the story. It was this guy, his name was Terry Grace, and this white guy named Adam Austin, and they was freestyling. And Terry Grace looked up at me. I fucked around and made eye contact. And he was like, "Malachi, get down here. I want to rap against you." Oh, my heart started beating so fast. Because this particular day, it was we were shooting photos for the track team and the wrestling team. So the wrestling team and track team all in there. And we get to rapping against each other, and my heart beating, but I'm freestyling off the top of the dome. I can't tell you exactly what my verse was, but I remember my last lines that made everybody go, "Oh."
The punchline, the one
I said, when I shoot boys straight out the hip, my flow nasty like some white boy dip. And hey, look, so I said that, and the gym went crazy. I'm talking about this in front of everybody, and he was like, "Oh,
I'm good, man."
Yeah. So I went home, and I was like, I looked in the mirror, I was like, I'm a rapper now.
Yeah.
And so from there, like, I wanted to run with it. Then I was listening to a lot of Ab-Soul and Kendrick Lamar at the time.
Where are you from again?
I was born in Savannah, but I'm from Scriven County. It's like 45 minutes outside of Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah, Savannah, Georgia, the beach. Seapote, shout out Seapote. But anyway, we was well, not we, but I was listening to a lot of that stuff, and the one song that made me like, I want to be a rapper for real, was Ab-Soul's "Be a Man" off of Long Term 2.
Okay. And
he was telling the story about how his step pops didn't want him to rap and just go to college and all this shit and like be more realistic or whatever. And like I heard the record and I heard a lot of other songs on that project. And I was like, I relate to like all this shit, and I knew I could rap at this point because I just beat a nigga ass in the gym. So so I'm like, I could do this. Like I could do this for real. And so I got more serious into it, but I was never in the studio then. I was just like writing rhymes or whatever. I didn't get in the studio till I moved out of my parents' house the first time. So that's what inspired me to rap, especially like. And also Outkast, Andre 3000 is like my hero, or whatever,
Yeah.
So Andre 3000 and Big Boy doing what they did, especially considering I'm coming from the South, like South Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about the South, like the first thing you think is like Atlanta, and so it's just Atlanta. So it's like they coming from, well, Three Stacks is from Atlanta, but Big Boy coming from Savannah, like that inspired me too. Cause it's like, damn.
Were you and Big Boy like kind of in the same neighborhood?
Oh
Or not
well,
really?
no. By the time I moved from Savannah, I was still like a toddler or whatever. I had
Yeah.
got adopted and stuff. So, nah. He from West Savannah, like Fraser Homes and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like I know you wouldn't know where that's at.
I'm just saying yes. Sure.
Yeah, around there. But nah. But yeah, they actually from East Point, like they went to Tri-City High School in Atlanta. That's like South Atlanta, like Zone 3, which is like right around where I live.
You know, it's kind of crazy to me how Atlanta, I guess, has so many different styles to it. So right now, based out of Atlanta, you have like all the trap shit, like you know, like the 2 Chainz lane. Back then, you had like Ludacris.
Yeah,
You just had like move, bitch, get out the way. You know, that's like some very like crunk shit. And then Andre 3000 obviously just has his own lane, which I feel like you kind of, you know, it kind of like, I feel like you're kind of more up that alley because it's very more experimental. So it's kind of strange to me how there's these different, I guess, trademarks of music in Atlanta that all fall under hip hop.
Yeah, like Atlanta, like you would have to be in Atlanta to get it. Like it's so many lanes. It's like right now what's dominant is the trap scene, like I guess mumble rap is what we calling it now or something. But we got like Gunna and Lil Baby and Hood Rich Pablo, Pee Wee Longway, all like that lane, like stuff like that. But you also got a lot of them who like I guess more towards my lane and shit, like what, like Earth Gang,
Yeah.
and Earth Gang and JID, me, you got people on that lyrical lane. But the thing about it wouldn't seem that popular. Like, let's say you was in LA, like you might not like be that hip to it, but like it's pretty popular on the underground scene. Like, so it's just Atlanta like real melting pot. So
Do you think it's a lot more difficult to come out of Atlanta because there's so many heavy hitters coming out of there?
No, I was actually thinking about that today. I knew you was gonna ask me that too. I was thinking about that earlier this morning. Nah, Atlanta. When it comes to like, we got like 3 hip hop like sources: L.A., New York, and Atlanta. And I guess if you want to consider Miami or Houston, you could. But
Don't leave out the Bay.
Yeah, the Bay. But in Atlanta, it's like a big city, but it's a small town feel. Everybody pretty much know everybody, so it's not harder. It's like the easiest. I tell anybody it's like if you an underground rapper or whatnot, like Atlanta would be the main city to go to, simply off the fact that I guarantee you, if you got 5 friends, somebody knows somebody. Like, it's always like that in Atlanta. So, you might meet this dude and y'all become cool. Hood Rich Pablo Juan, his cousin or something like that. So, now you hanging out with him and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So, you like, I swear, if you ever go to Atlanta, you ever been to Atlanta?
No.
If you go to Atlanta, I guarantee you, like, if you stay there for, like, 2 weeks, you might be like, you might be kicking it with 2 Chainz or something like that. Just
it's that easy.
Yeah, just out meeting
let's pull up
somebody.
to Chainz crib one time.
Yeah,
man.
I was over there. Like,
yeah, we'll pull up to T.I.'s house.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, we was on Edgewood the other day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Were you really just at 2 Chainz house?
No, I wasn't. But
I was about to say, like,
nah, I wasn't.
Where's the plug?
I'm just saying, like, you could say you know anybody, and then just that one little that stroke of luck rather, like you doing all these records, and let's say there's one person you do know like this song, he might be with T.I. or something, and he just like, oh bro, check this out, and then T.I. hear it, T.I. like, oh yeah, get him in the studio, and it's
so it's kind of like easy to move around.
Yeah,
in Atlanta.
Yeah, and it's like, of course you heard about all the zones, I'm sure, like Zone 6, Zone 3, whatever. Like, you live in East Atlanta, like, if you, like, let's say you on Boulder Crest in East Atlanta, Zone 6, like, I'm pretty sure, like, half of them niggas know Gucci Mane. Like, like, this is how it is. Like, they might not be buddies with them, but, like, yeah.
It's like they've probably crossed paths with them.
Yeah,
like,
one way
or
or
another.
I smoked a blunt with Gucci Mane, whatever.
So seeing as how, like, Atlanta is such this huge hub for music and entertainment, why somebody like yourself would want to move to LA if all the resources seem like they're in Atlanta already?
Well, that was then. This is now. Like at the time, I just wanted to go to LA because the person who was like kind of funding me, like backing me, they kind of backed out at the time. Like they didn't seem like too interested. And I thought I was, of course, like it's like the glitz and the glamour. It's like, okay, LA, I'm in LA, because considering where I come from, like a small town or whatever, it's like, nigga, I'm in LA right now. Like I live here, like I'm over here to do music. But at the time, I wasn't like as hip as I am now in the music industry. So when I did go to Atlanta, it's like, okay, that made way more sense, especially since the cost of living is like crazy.
Yeah, huge difference. And I feel like LA is just, I don't know, even more of a hub.
I think you need to be established when you come to LA. Like you don't need to be like moving out of your mama house and like have no fans and then just go like I'm going straight to LA. Like
yeah,
you need to know somebody. Like,
you need to know somebody, and you need to have some sort of like fan base established at that point.
Yeah,
because you're kind of just walking into a city where essentially nobody knows you, and you're trying to build from people who are unfamiliar with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So Atlanta would be the perfect city to go to, like because everybody cool. Cause plus you got like Southern hospitality, and not like that in LA. They not like that in New York.
Bows.
Yeah, like it's crazy. I was what was I? I was somewhere. I want to say I was out here, and this lady like we kind of bumped shoulders, and I said, "Oh, excuse me." She said, and I said, "Oh, all right. Well, how you doing?" And she looked at me like crazy. I was like, "That's what we do back home." Like, and then I saw her again, and she said, she's like, "I'm sorry about earlier. I'm just not used to people telling me, hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "That's what we do here." So.
Yeah.
But I say that to say this, like, you're in Atlanta, you can meet some random nigga on Edgewood or maybe on Edge, not Edgewood, but Bouldercrest or some street, some place might be in Buckhead or something. And y'all can have a whole conversation and become like tight like that.
See, it sounds like Atlanta is still that hub for music and entertainment, but people aren't so quick to, I guess, stab you in the back. Because I've seen a lot of that happen in LA. You know what I mean? So like the reason why I bring that up is because being back home in the Bay Area, it's very easy for me to be like, "Hey, what's up? How's your day going?" And then we could just have like a full-blown conversation for like 30 minutes, and I probably won't even know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I can't do that over here.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so prone to, like, everyone has their guard up, like, oh, I don't know if it's safe to talk to this person. I don't know what this person is doing, da-da-da. So it's like the likelihood of keeping a conversation for even 5 minutes is extremely low.
Yeah. I mean, in the city, well, Atlanta, I say the city, but in Atlanta, like I said, you do have Southern hospitality, but also you ever heard like these rappers right now? I'm on a slime season.
Yeah,
that slimy means literally slimy. Like they'll do anything to you. Like so, Atlanta is dangerous. Like so, you just gotta watch who you fucking with. Like, cause you fuck with the wrong nigga, next thing you know, you getting your car stolen at gunpoint.
Oh shit,
or something like that in Atlanta. So it's like this thing. It's like, yeah, we nice, but then it's like, watch out. So
Yeah.
I ain't no telling what the fuck a nigga.
Let me ask you this: like, have you watched Atlanta from Childish Gambino?
That's like
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just gotta ask. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, so is that show like a?
Is it accurate?
Is it an accurate depiction of what Atlanta is like?
Yeah. It's pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. It's some parts in there that be like kind of corny. It's like that niggas do not be doing that. But
Like which part?
Like do you remember like the Justin Bieber episode when he was black and
Is that what, season 2?
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's this episode they was playing the charity basketball game, and I see. I guess I'm the only one. But anyway, yeah, that wasn't accurate. But a lot of that shit, like, this is one scene where he was like, he seen it was Paperboy, and he was at the wing spot, and he was like, my boy hooked you up. He made the lemon pepper wet, and he was like, like, yeah.
So what you're saying, you can't go to Atlanta without getting lemon pepper wet wings.
Yeah, you gotta get the, and look, and then he was like, and he put the blue cheese in there, and like, yeah, like, oh yeah, that's Atlanta right there. Like,
that's some Atlanta shit.
Like, the scene in the jailhouse when remember when he was like he seen the girl and he was like, oh yeah, this is my ex from high school or whatever, and he was like, my dude, that's a man. Like,
oh yeah, at the jailhouse.
He was like, nigga, that's a man. And like,
and
he's like, nah. And Charles Gambino, and he's like, you think I'm a faggot man? Like it was like, oh nah.
Like, no, like, I don't know.
Like some of the stuff that do be in Atlanta, like that's how Atlanta is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's pretty accurate. I say like 85% of the stuff in the TV shows.
So just make sure when I go to Atlanta, get some wet lemon pepper wings with the blue cheese.
I would tell you to get honey lemon pepper ranch.
Honey lemon pepper ranch.
Get honey lemon pepper. Yeah, honey lemon pepper ranch, and you're gonna be good to go, dog.
For sure. So is that coming from the gold Mysterio budget when I get out there, or what?
I'll buy some wings. I can get you the wings. I promise.
What's your favorite wing spot like around your place?
Wings on Wheat.
Wings on Wheat.
It's off of Mount Zion. Yeah. Shout out to Kel and John and Big Mike. I know you're gonna see this. So.
Hey, they got the free plug, man. Look,
yes.
Wings on Wheat. Every time I pull up to Atlanta, I need some, man. I need some.
Yeah, pull up. It's off of Mount Zion Road.
So then, you said 2015, 2016, you start getting into studio sessions, right?
Uh-huh.
And so what gave you some direction in terms of like crafting your sound?
Oh yeah, good question. If you listen to my earlier stuff, I did when I first got in the studio, I was way more lyrical. I was like on this like this technical lyrical way of listening. My bad. I was listening to like J Electronica and MF Doom. Like I was on like this Third Eye Nauru stuff. Like I was
tapping in everything. Like.
Yeah, like I'm like meditating. Dog, you feel me? Like so around that time I was doing that and making that. That's like 2015, 2016. Towards that around like 2016, I started I started getting more in touch with my like southern roots. Like, I was listening to like a lot of UGK, 8 Ball, MJG, Scarface, Outkast, yeah, like just a lot of that, Ghetto Boys. So I changed my sound up, which I think that had a lot to do with the name change and the rebranding, cause yeah, that's basically what it was. So I just changed that up right around like late 2016, 2017, with like the Summer Nights record. Remember that one? Yeah.
And that's basically the idea that you were like tapping into, like between like
I had to merge them. Basically, what I'm saying, like, because it sometimes like records get to the point like they too lyrical. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you like third eyes and planets and quasars and chakras and like it was like, all right, bro, all right, calm down with it.
Like, chill.
Yeah, it was like, all right, bro, we get it. So it was like, all right, cool. So I had to like merge the sound, and I had to come in terms with my own sound, cause I couldn't sound like nobody else. I saw Isaiah Rashad too, listening to a lot of him. But I had to sound like my own self while also getting the inspiration from all these artists I was talking about. So I got to the point where I wasn't listening to no LA music, no Bay Area music, no New York music. It was Southern music, point blank period. It's really all I was like.
I mean, that's the only way you could really tap into your roots.
Yeah.
I mean, you tap in with like New York music, you're going to start sounding like boom bap.
Exactly.
You sound like some LA Bay Area shit, you're gonna start, putting ratchet shit in your music.
Like, boom,
you know what I mean?
Bust down, Tatiana.
Exactly.
I'm
You're
going
gonna
Mysterio. What the hell I'm talking about?
So, I mean, is it harder for that? Because I'm not sure is it harder for music like that to be accepted in Atlanta?
What type? Like,
if you're trying to get, like, super lyrical shit, like, from New York, or, like, super, like, ratchet shit from, like, the Bay or from, like, L.A.,
Nah. You it's all about like the audience. Like, okay, let's say look at JID and Dreamville and stuff like that. Like JID from Atlanta, he from Zone 6, and like he doing great right now. But it's just not projected. So like if you look at it from outside Atlanta, you wouldn't even know these niggas popping, but they actually popping. It's not hard. It would be easier though, like if you made like some trap like raunchy shit in Atlanta, because that's what we going to the clubs or whatever, and that's what people trying to listen to. So like being a lyrical artist in Atlanta and making like I guess my type of music or the dark stuff, it's harder. You got to work harder because you got to find that fan base. So which is why like my whole thought process was like well, what we was coming up with was okay, not fuck Atlanta, but like I'm not focused on Atlanta right now because like most of my fans out here, like majority of them, or they in Germany or like what other places, like it's everywhere. We basically the route we went was to go worldwide instead of like just like we trying to run the city. Like I don't want to run the city. Like we just gonna go worldwide. That way we can go wherever we want to. We can still do the shows, like because they gonna buy the tickets and we can have a good time and stuff like that. So as far as my sound, it was just like make your own sound, like do what you need to do, because a lot of rappers get sidetracked on trying to make a sound for this place. Like if I'm in the Bay Area, of course I'm gonna try to make
Bay Area
if
song.
that's all I'm listening to, I'm gonna try to make a Bay Area song. Okay, you might be popping in the Bay Area. All right, so what's gonna happen when you go to New York to do a show? Yeah. You ain't even selling no tickets. Like, like nothing.
That song's not even gonna see that side of the country at all.
Exactly. So a lot of rappers get real comfortable with like their own area. Like, I'm popping in this area. So we was like, okay, let's make our own sound. We doing this right here, and that we not gonna compromise or stray from that. And then by the time we get fans all across the country, if I go to Oregon, I could do the show. If I go to California, I could do the show. If I go to Miami, I could do the show. If I go to Houston, I could do the show. If I go to New York, I could do the show. So, like, kind of building up a core fan base was my whole thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Did I answer the question?
I think you did. I think you did. But, I mean, it's bringing up this idea in my head towards why I fully believe Big Bank by YG is one of the most effective records within this past year. Because YG being from Los Angeles, Nicki Minaj being from New York, Big Sean being from Detroit, and 2 Chainz being from Atlanta, you're literally combining all 4 of those audiences into one pot. Yeah. Where it has the opportunity to be, first of all, super banging in LA, and it has the opportunity to be popping in New York, Detroit, and Atlanta at the same time. That's why I'm always like huge on collaborations like that. Yeah,
I think when it comes to records, you got like this gray area where it's these records that's so good, like it don't matter where you go, like that's doing something. Like what's the record like what OT Genesis Coco or something like that. Like it don't matter where you go, like they gonna be singing it regardless. Like it's records like that, so that they in their little own category. Now if you can make that record, then you good. So, yeah. So
have you made like that? Do you have one of those records? Do you think that you've made it to the point where you can kind of perform it anywhere? For your particular fan base. So like you have your fan base
for my fan
for your
base,
particular fan base, yeah.
Yeah. We got plenty of those. Like if you're talking about like mainstream, like nah, we don't really do that. But as far as my fan base, like and what they listen to and what they like. Yeah, we got the records for that. We just did one last night.
Oh shit! What's it called?
He said what's it called? Is that allowed?
Yeah, sure.
It's called.
The manager said, "Yeah, sure. Let's go."
It's called "It's Raining But the Sun's Out."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's raining but the sun's out. You also got The Devil Came Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
You got the longest titled records, but they sound like movies, bro. They sound like movies.
I try to. It's crazy when we come up with our titles for the song. Like I got a song called Raccoons too. Like cause he thought it was weird cause I like Raccoons.
Raccoons too.
Yeah, raccoon stew.
Like an actual raccoon?
A raccoon, like you.
I don't know, man. Look,
Raccoon is good.
I will
it's
eat.
delicious, dog.
I will eat rattlesnake, rabbit.
Yeah.
I will eat elk, alligator. I for sure will not eat a raccoon though.
I've eaten plenty of raccoons. I want to eat a beaver. Like I found this exotic meat website.
I mean, I eat beavers too, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We call it beaver number 2. But yeah, like I found this exotic meat website. I just went down the rabbit hole.
No, not now. Now I'm like very intrigued about this raccoon stew.
Yeah, I want to eat a kangaroo. Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I want to eat a kangaroo.
Wait. Is like raccoon stew like a thing in your household or?
Yeah, it's like it's not something like niggas be eating every day. Like, like niggas not eat raccoon stew every day. I'm just saying like yeah, you eat it every once in a while. Like it's like some old folk shit like from back in the South Georgia. Like my grandma cooked some raccoon stew. Like it tastes. It got like this spicy taste. It's kind of like beef. It's the same texture or whatnot.
So do you purchase the meat? Do you hunt?
You most of the time you got to kill the raccoon. You trap it. You got to trap the raccoon. And when you get the coon and you get it out the cage or whatever, of course you kill it. You make sure you get the kill, and then you skin it. And cause like you never know, you got to skin it and clean it. Then you throw that bad boy in the steamer or a smoker or on the grill. Whatever the fuck you want to do, but. Like,
That's
raccoon stew.
That's highly interesting.
Yeah, try it.
I'm actually kind of. They're not like the black and white raccoons. Are they the brown raccoons or?
How many different type of raccoons
No, because
do you
like
know?
because like, I know there's like the brown raccoons, which is like its natural color, right?
Yeah, black
but
and gray.
But then the ones over here are black and gray.
What? Hold on, the regular ones are black and gray.
No, they're brown raccoons.
Yeah, I know it's brown raccoons, but it's not regular though.
I thought those were the regular ones.
Nah, the regular ones would be like black and gray. Well, where I'm from, there. So you see a bunch of like brown raccoons?
Well, because I heard that the black and gray raccoons are only that color because of how dirty the city is. Because
okay,
I don't know. That's just what I heard.
That's a regional thing. I've never seen a brown raccoon.
I mean, I know brown raccoons.
I seen them on videos and stuff, but I never.
Yeah. You know what it is about raccoons though? Like, it's because they can grab you. They have hands. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I'm afraid of raccoons. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen the Kevin Hart special where he's talking about a raccoon and it kind of just like it was tapping on the door and it said bang bang. Y'all never seen that? That's crazy. That's a good special.
I'm pretty sure like majority of animals have hands. I ain't positive.
I mean, hands
like
that are yeah. Okay, now that you mentioned that, it kind of sounded stupid, but like hands that can kind of like just they can grab you. Like they got digitals that can just.
It sounds like you having fantasies about raccoons.
Nah,
like you should have seen,
bro.
like you was like they could like grab you. Like, but yeah.
But I okay. For the record, I would be down to eat a raccoon.
I'm
over there.
I'm gonna work something out, and we gonna get you a raccoon. But as far as the song titles, we actually when we in the studio, we'll be like just having random ass conversations, like which is how the raccoon stew thing came up. Exactly how we was just talking about it, because he was saying something about how I eat raccoon, and my engineer, my producer was like, "What? You eat raccoon?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I eat raccoon." And somehow or another, we came up with a song called Raccoon Stew. And so that's how a lot of the records come out. Like, we would just be, like, talking about some shit. And some of the records I'll do in Atlanta, like The Devil Came Down to Georgia. I think I had just heard, it's a record called The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Okay.
You ever heard of that?
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, you heard of that? You heard of that? Like with the fiddle, he the devil challenged them to like a fiddle battle, I guess if that's what you want to call it.
Fiddle battle.
Yeah, and he whatever. So the devil had his fiddle, And you gotta listen to it. Yeah, and then bro like basically beat the devil, and that was like
wow.
yeah, he beat the devil and he got his fiddle or whatever. And so that was the inspiration behind it. It was just I just like the Georgia part, and I was like, oh, I just should call it like the devil came down to Georgia, cause like the hook, like please check under my bed for monsters.
Yeah.
And like that's the devil that came down. Of course, I'm talking about demons and personal issues and stuff. So that's why I came up with that.
I mean, what kind of like personal issues were you going through when you were channeling in for the song "The Devil Came Down to Georgia"?
Depression, of course. Like it was depression, like bipolar disorder, any type of mental illness you're going through, alcoholism, which is big. A lot of those things, like any type of drug abuse thing you're going through, like it was that. So that was basically the hook. Please check under my bed for monsters. Like, and so it was kind of like channeling everything everybody go through, because I can't speak on everybody issue. I don't know what you're going through. Like your mama might slapped you like yesterday, and that made you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And that could be a demon under your bed. You never know how somebody feel, is what I'm saying. So like that's basically what it was, and that's what I was channeling. And I do that with basically like all my records. It's just like it's always a way to say it. Sometimes it's like with this music shit, it's like, okay, I could be an alcoholic or whatever, and somebody could be like, you an alcoholic, or maybe I could look in the mirror and say, you an alcoholic, but instead I choose to make it artistic because I always been an artist. So it's like, let's do it like this, and it make you feel better because you doing what you love and you also addressing what you going through. So it's like a win-win situation.
Well, what are you personally going through?
Oh, I'm an alcoholic. What else? Depression, bipolar disorder. It's pretty much
That's a lot.
yeah. Like I need to stop smoking cigarettes. Yeah. I mean, I have no choice though. But I'm a prisoner here, and I wrote an album for my masters.
You wrote an album for your masters?
I wrote an album for my masters.
That's tight. Like your
I have
master
no
degree?
choice.
Wait.
No, my masters. I have no choice. They ordered me here.
No,
What?
not master's degree.
Oh.
My masters.
He had no choice to make the album.
I had no choice but to make it.
Somebody's controlling him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that
Yeah.
was the whole thing. But you know, of course, I have no choice. So it must be this way.
Yeah. One thing that you tweeted, I think just the other day, Ange actually showed it to me, was that I think this month is Mental Awareness
Yeah.
Month.
Yeah, we're doing something special for that.
What do you got planned?
Cool stuff. Yeah, you gotta make sure like you promoting mental health awareness month, because like a lot of people don't get like representation when they going through those certain things. So we put out a special piece of art for everybody, like just to do that. And I thought it was significant to me because like I said, people, I guess like us, that sound like so cliche, but people like us don't really get that much attention, whatever, because you know a lot of people, mental health ain't really a real thing, you know, because it's like one of those things that's not tangible, so you can't see it or touch it. You like, let's say I'm depressed or something, and I walk up to him like I'm depressed. It's like, well, nigga, you look fine. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? If I got shot in the chest, though, like, it's, oh, shit, it's the bullet wound right there. But depression is almost like a bullet wound in your heart. So, but you can't see that. You can't touch that. And so just to bring awareness to stuff like that, and we got special stuff going on that we trying to do. And I'm excited for it. That's what we working on right now, actually. Like, it's probably what we'll do after.
And are you working on this project for, is this going to be like in Atlanta, like back home? Where are you planning on doing your big escapade?
That's That's a good question. We don't even know. Most likely that'll be a LA thing. I'll probably do it out here instead of in Atlanta. I'll probably end up doing something in Atlanta, but my main rollout would be out of here. You know what I'm saying? Have this whole thing and run with it. That'd be fun. Like everybody come out, and I'm excited for doing like a rollout, maybe like a release party or something, because I know everybody that listens to my records or whatnot, like they deal with what I'm talking about in the records. So for everybody to get together in one place, it's like we don't feel alone no more. Because I'm sure we all feel.
Well, it's important. It's important to get like a whole bunch of people who, first of all, if you feel underrepresented, it's important to get a whole bunch of people who feel like you. That way, it's like, oh, well, you feel the way I do.
Yeah.
She feels the way I do. So when you're all in the room together, it's kind of like, maybe we're not underrepresented. Maybe we just didn't know we existed. Each other existed.
I think one thing I did learn from music, shout out to hip hop, point blank period, is dealing with issues or being sad and alone and stuff like that. And you listen to your favorite artists or whatnot, and then they say something that you relate to so much. And that's one thing about music was, once you hear somebody say that, you like, damn, this nigga a rapper, he famous rapper or whatever, and he been going through this too, so it help you keep going every day. It's one thing about music, and especially being, like you said, in an environment with other people like you who enjoy that same artist that you enjoy. And of course, we all listening to the same song. We know the song by heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say Isaiah Rashad said, "Little boys dressed like rappers," or something like that. Or he said, "I can admit I've been depressed. I hit a wall, ouch." And everybody in the crowd, like, reciting it word for word. You're like, okay, they get it like I get it. So it help you get through the day and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it kind of helps to know that, like, from an artist perspective, I guess, that people are actually relating to your lyrics. In a sense, like, I feel like everyone's been through, like, some sort of depression in their life. And I think the one thing that is difficult about it is knowing that you feel like nobody else feels even synonymous to how you're feeling. Yeah. So for you as an artist to have records like The Devil Came Down to Georgia, I was literally in my bed, like, listening to that song, and I'm like, Monsters Under My Bed. I'm like, fuck, man. I remember, I was like, you know, like, fuck, like, I remember when I was a kid, for instance, when I was just, like, so scared of what was underneath my bed, like, you know, that was like a real fear. And then growing up, you come to realize, no, but then these monsters that I fear are, like, you know, not having, like, success per se, or, you know, not being enough of, like, this, not being enough of that. Like, those are all things that we fear. So just, like, hear those words coming from your record, I'm like, okay, like, he gets it. Because we've all been through that. Yeah. I've been through that.
Of course. I feel like you ain't human if you ain't felt that at some point in your life or something like that. So, yeah, I guess it's more so about, like, okay, when I said, please check under my bed for monsters, clearly I'm talking to somebody else. So I feel like everybody need to ask for help at some point and find help. So, like, please check, like, you know what I'm saying? That was basically the premises of it. So, like, I might be looking at you, and I consider you, like, a friend or whatever, and, like, listen, I can't do it myself. So, like, please check under my bed for monsters, you know? So that's what it was. We all need somebody. Nobody could do it alone. I never could.
Amen to that, man. So then when is the rollout gonna happen?
That's
maybe an album release party, maybe an event, maybe whatever the rollout is.
Y'all gonna pull up?
Well, of course we'll pull up.
That's like what? Like, right, like ballpark or something.
For the project?
Yeah, like. Yeah, a lot of music coming out summer. Yeah, right. a lot of Gold Mysterio, and it'll be here. Like you'll hear about it.
Probably once it starts getting cold out.
Yeah, when the birds out. Look,
do you not see what's going on in LA right now?
How about this? I'll tell you when it happens. When the birds fly south for winter.
All right, well,
Poetic.
damn. Gold Mysterio, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
on
going to
the
end it on
verse.
that note. Yo, where can everybody find you, man?
Everywhere really, like Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud, YouTube, Amazon Music. You want to follow me on Twitter, Gold Mysterio, Instagram, Gold Mysterio, everything that say Gold Mysterio. So literally, you just Google it or something like. And
No longer a mystery. Gold Mysterio.
No longer a mystery. I'll be there, I promise.
This is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz, Gold Mysterio, and we are out, everybody. Yay!
Yeah.